Hello and welcome back to PMDD with C. I hope you're looking after yourself, and if you're currently going through PMDD, know that you're not alone, you're not crazy, and I hope you're taking extra care of yourself. I'm just going to ramble in this video about all things PMDD, so sit back, relax and listen to my rant. So the title of this video incorporates the word suffering. Women are suffering, and I feel that word correctly represents PMDD and what women go through, especially with the emotional symptoms, because we really do suffer and it's not pleasant. And I was reading just a minute ago in a book about somebody's experience with PMDD and how the people around her thought that she was just using it as an excuse. And that is a really important topic to delve into, and perhaps I will do a better, more thought out and well articulated video on excuses in the future when I haven't just come in from a jog and changed my outfit for the next video, because I recorded one just before this and yeah, toned down the lipstick. But yeah, I think some people, and I think actually, to be fair, I think many people who do not understand it will think that you are trying to make excuses for your bad behaviour. And I know that I felt like no one said it around me, but I just do feel like sometimes people don't understand it and how it makes you behave and how it makes you act. And as I said before, people can, perceive you as rude because they don't realise that you can't control your reactions on it somewhat. But then saying that, you can at the same time, because people who experience PMDD and go through PMDD can still work. So I don't want to stigmatise everyone by saying that they can't control themselves, because then that would go down the rabbit hole of, well, what can they do whilst they're doing PMDD, whilst they're experiencing PMDD? Can they have a job? Of course we can hold down a job, of course we can. It's just we just have a little bit more difficulty with our relationships at that point, right? And with the relationship to ourselves at that point of the PMDD phase. Now, something that has helped me is practicing everything I possibly can when I'm feeling good, like practicing it in the space between the PMDD phases when I'm feeling good, including gratitude, including talking to myself in my head and being my own cheerleader in my head, and like reparenting myself in my head. So when those dark days do come because of PMDD, I will hopefully be a bit nicer to myself in my head, if that makes sense. But for those people who think it's an excuse, you're excusing your behaviour because of PMDD, I mean, yeah, yes and no, right? You may get irritated, you may snap, you may, like me, just get up and walk out of a situation without any explanation. But I think you will still do those things, but I think it's very important to educate the people around you that, and warn them that that may happen at that time, and then tell them what you expect of them in that situation and what they should expect of you in that situation. And I just think a lot of conversations and a lot of explaining will help that, and will hopefully change people's perspectives into, oh, she's just using, PMDD as an excuse to act like an absolute bitch, into, oh, okay, no, she's going through this PMDD phase. She's obviously going to be at her heightened emotion, and everything's just going to be very overwhelming for her. So what I'll do is I'll just, accept whatever happens, take a step back, and then just respect the boundaries that she's outlined for me during this time. And I think that is probably the way forward. If you're with a partner, I would communicate to them, just please be a bit more gentle with me during this time, and then hopefully they can be as well. it's all very it's all very blurry and hard, isn't it, this whole PMDD thing. But yeah, the sensitivity to rejection for me is 100%. That's one of my regular symptoms, and it's so hard to articulate to people how that feels, because now I feel good. If I reached out to someone and made a plan with them and they couldn't attend, or they couldn't make it because they've got other plans, I wouldn't be at all bothered. I would be like, okay, that's fine, I'll just like go and have a bath, or I'll just go and have a bath, or relax, find something else to do, watch a film, whatever. But during my PMDD phases, oh my god, the sensitivity rejection is just so unbearable. And it's just so bizarre how the fluctuations in your hormones can cause that to happen. It's just crazy. But how can I articulate it for those who may not experience that? For me, it's just, yeah, I guess it kind of hones in like a sense of abandonment perhaps, but it's very painful. It is a physical pain, and then it triggers those ruminating thoughts, and you know, thoughts of hopelessness and thoughts of low self-worth, and just, yeah, makes you feel like nobody cares, like you're all alone, and more. So maybe one day I'll catch those feelings on camera if they happen again, which I suspect that they will at some point during the PMDD phase. So like all us PMDD people, we need a word, don't we? PMDD people. It's very hard to really articulate how you feel moment to moment when you're not going through the PMDD thing. So I do give big shout outs and big love to all those lovely people who record themselves when they're going through it, and because it really does help people to see what it's like when it's actually happening, don't you think? Anyway, there's not really a direction to this video. I just wanted to ramble about PMDD. I am just so obsessed with finding out more about it, more than I've ever known before, because I want to try and help raise awareness however, you know, in whichever way I can, because I think there are a lot of girls and women out there who have it and they don't know that they have it, and they're probably suffering too, and that just makes me really upset. So I'm gonna cry, and I feel fine. It just, like, there's obviously people out there who probably cause a lot of conflict in their relationships, and they don't know why, or are labelled as crazy, and they don't know why, and they're just living with it, and they don't have to be alone. Or if they just knew what it was and it's and what it means, then they could put an action plan in place to try and mitigate it, to try and mitigate the symptoms, to try and reduce the symptoms. Yeah, sorry, this has been a very ranty video. I hope you're well, and I will see you in the next one. I'm gonna go and have a relaxing bath now. I hope that you are doing something relaxing too.